Turns out the 62 million visits to a Rape Academy in February was a slow month because this is March. Nearly 82 million visits to the online Rape Academy, where men taught other men about what kind of doses to use on their partners as to make sure they didn't OD, so that they could incapacitate them and then assault them on camera or a live stream, where men uploaded tens of thousands of videos or even charged people $20 per viewer to watch them assault their partners, where they continued to provide tips on how to do it. And it'll surprise no woman on the planet that when they came forward, especially with the one here who came forward about her husband spiking her tea with their son's sleeping medication so he could continually rape her, people said things like this. Yeah, but he's your husband, but weren't you awake? So it's not quite the same thing as being taken in an alleyway, is it? I would argue it's worse, because she should have been able to trust her fucking husband to make her a cup of tea. So yeah, March, nearly 82 million visits.
Not all men, but there are 62 million men. 62 million men visited the website within 1 month. What are they doing? They're learning how to grape women when they're unconscious. I just saw this article published by CNN. Apparently, there's a global grape academy where men encourage one another to drug and assault their wives and swap tips on how to getting away with it. They're selling liquid that is completely tasteless and odorless. Your wife won't feel anything and won't remember anything, the seller says. Within the website, the live streams are quite popular. They're showing the abuse of drugged women in real life for $20 per viewer. And when the survivor reported to the police, this is what she'd been told. Well, we cannot use that. That isn't clear evidence because it looks like you are pretending to be asleep. Honestly, I don't know what to say. I think women are not angry enough.
It's not 62 million men. It's 62 million visitors to a corn website. No, actually, it's 62 million visitors to a website where the core category on the top of the menu is 18 and abused. It's 62 million visitors to a website where it's very clear that this is an underground website, that it's very clear that a lot of this content, this user-generated content, is from women who have not consented. But even if I was going to give you the benefit of the doubt, let's talk some real numbers. Nearly 50% of women in the United States have experienced some form of unwanted sexual contact. There's 171 million women in the U.S. 50% of that is 86 million. That means 86 million men in the US have tried to have some form of unwanted sexual contact with a woman. Let's take it a step further. 1 in 4 women in the US have been raped. That's 25%. 25% of 171 is 41 million. That means our country has 41 million rapists. You want to downplay 62 million men visiting a website? How about you stick with those numbers? Men, stop condoning this behavior. I've gotten many DMs telling me to take down my first video that has over 2 million views. Women, share this with a friend.
It's 62 million visits, not 62 million men. Thanks for the correction. Now let's move on. Domino's.com had 61 million visits in March 2026. There are less people ordering pizza on Domino's website than people visiting the site, with over 20,000 videos of documented rape of sleeping women. Amongst them were women drugged by their husbands. Are you angry hearing that? Do you feel fire in your stomach hearing that, just like when you heard 62 million men? Are you angry now that we got the facts right, that we can finally focus on the point of the CNN report, the Global Grape Academy? No? Are you okay? Are you like broken inside? Huh.
62 million men had an academy on how to drug and grape their wives. No one's like, oh my God, I wish I was less picky. Not being picky enough can literally cost you your life. This is why I will die on a hill that it is so much better to go all in on your purpose and only date someone who's like a 10 out of fucking 10, because you literally don't know who you're marrying. Like, it's fucking scary out there. So the next time someone tells you to keep an open mind, girl, no, close that mind. Unless it feels right, like, do not proceed. Anytime that I've been like, oh, I'll just stay open-minded, it ends up being traumatizing. The last time I went with the flow, I ended up in a third world country afraid for my life. So no thank you. I will be hunkering down in my home, barely leaving it, and unless someone comes along that can like expand my life in all ways, I am Gucci. Send me the cats. So yeah, take this as your sign to keep your standards unapologetically high. Because what the fuck is that? Also, I don't know how many more signs we need that we are ready for a matriarchy. Period. Okay, love you, bye.
If you ever wonder why women move through the world with so much suspicion, fear, anger, and hatred towards men, I genuinely don't think you're paying attention. Those feelings are a reaction to a culture. We live in a world where men, not all men, but always men, commit acts of violence, sexual violence, coercion, and harassment on a regular basis, and typically face no consequences for it. It is systemic. And when 62 million men are found to have been interacting with a website that is a self-proclaimed...
A lot of men got very, very passionate about misinformation and precision, which I absolutely get. But I find it odd that they kept skipping over the fact that the article said that there were over 20,000 videos uploaded of actual sleep content. So content showing men and assaulting their wives in their sleep while they were unconscious. I don't know, that seems odd. So I was like, okay, let's be precise. Since I work in performance marketing and I have for over a decade, I was like, hey, you know what I could do? I can actually get those precise numbers for you. So I went on and I pulled the Motherless website traffic analytics, and actually it's much worse. I didn't just look at the overall traffic. I separated the site level traffic from the page level traffic, because those are not the same thing. If you want to know whether a specific type of content bucket on a website is actually niche, you do need to look at more than just the total website visits. You drill into the top pages. You look into the actual URLs people are navigating to on that site. And what I found was really disturbing. I analyzed it, not just February and not just March, over the last 12 months. Yeah, that's almost 1 billion visits with a B. And when I drilled into the top pages, the sleep related pages were some of the top visited pages on that site. And to clarify, unique page views. The difference is a unique page view gets us closer to determining an actual unique person visiting that site. But it got worse. Please don't believe people that say that Motherless was just a regular porn website. Motherless has a user-generated tag section, and it's organized by alphabetical order. So I'm gonna list just some of the tags A through C. They included against her will, agony, anal rape, anti-female, beaten, beheaded, black rape, bondage rape, bus groping, cannibalism, chloroform, choking out. That's just A through C. That's just the list A through C. TikTok is 100% gonna just suppress this video now because, yeah. So to be clear, the defense was the whole site doesn't include is not just rape content. Okay, you're right. Unfortunately, I found it hosts other content, which are also really not great. Even once you correct the 62 million visits, by the way, visits, not hits, we're still in a femicide crisis, with the perpetrators being primarily men. CDC data finds that 94% of rape perpetrators are men. And that's exactly why this whole let's be precise discourse has started to sound very dishonest to me. Because the precision always tends to stop right before the part that indicts men who are not calling out misinformation in other avenues and topics like misinformation and myths around domestic violence and sexual assault. It's funny how that works. And women noticed that shift from let's be precise and debunk misinformation to women are overreacting now. It's only 1,000 men, which again, you would be wrong about that too. And that's exactly why this discourse feels so gross to me. Because many of you are not just correcting misinformation, you are picking and choosing what data to prioritize and shrinking the story just to essentially make women sound hysterical for, by the way, responding appropriately to male violence and an epidemic of male violence. We are being gaslit en masse. And I'm really tired of seeing people correct misinformation before they first denounce the actions that are happening and supporting victims.
Dear Demi, we back in the building. Yeah. Press play, lean in, watch the whole thing lift up to the ceiling. Dear Demi, turn it up right now. Whole squad locked in, we don't back down. Ooh.
Hello guys, and welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, my name is Demi. I make fashion, beauty, and lifestyle content right here on YouTube. But if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back to the squad. It's always great to have you back, okay? So yeah, no OOTD today. We're just gonna jump right into the video. Today's conversation is crazy. It's absolutely diabolical. I'm sure you've heard about it, but if you've not, I'm happy to keep you up to speed. Based on what you probably saw at the beginning in the intro, so CNN had like a little investigation, and they found out that there is this network of men that are their wives, which means giving them something to use so that they knock out. And when the women are completely out cold, they were participating in their own wives or getting other men to, like other strangers, to come into their homes to have forceful knowledge of their wives intimately. I have to be careful because I need to, no, I don't want to violate any of the YouTube policies, so I have to be careful with my words, but you know what I'm saying, we're all adults here. This is sick, because what do you mean 62 million men? 62 million. And some people are arguing, oh, it wasn't 62 million men, it was 62 million hits on the website where they're finding out how to, and their wives. 62 million is too much. Million, not 62 people, not 6,200, not even 62,000. 6 million, 62 million, not even 6 million, 62 million. Don't let anyone gaslight you. This is not okay. This is sick. This is very sick. I'm sorry, but don't it seem like a lot of the men nowadays are really sick? Like really sick. And all thanks to social media for bringing these things to light. Oh, we would never know. We would never know. I do have a Walmart haul at the end of this. But yeah, like, I can't wrap my mind around it. 62 million? For real? What? What's going on? This is sick. This is sick. And this is not the boogeyman. It's your friends, it's your colleagues, it's your husbands, it's your boyfriend, it's that guy who's toasting you, it's that guy who's trying to take you on a date, it's your course mates in school, it's your friends, it's your kids, it's your brothers, it's your cousins. These people, they're not like from Pluto. These are, like, don't it make you look at the men around you a little sus? Don't it make you like a little worried? Hey, are you part of the 62 million? Because these men are not walking around with like a billboard on their head saying, yeah, I like to visit a website where they... You can't tell. We don't even know. Who are the good guys now? Who? And another question I want to ask you, and I want you to sit with it, is, are the good guys good if they're not speaking up while witnessing this abomination against women? Are they good? Are they really good then? Are they good for women? Because if you're a good man and you're good to women, how could you be witnessing horrors against women and you can't speak up? It doesn't make sense to me. But let me know your opinion in the comment section. I just had to put my 2 cents because what? 62 million. This is reason 1001 why women choose the bear. This is why they're choosing the bear. Because, what do you mean? It's just too many. It's way too many. I mean, how many men are left? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and let's jump into the whole portion of the video.
Dear Dammy.
Okay, so we have a little Walmart haul. Let's start with this because this was the first item to come. I don't know why, but Walmart sent them separately. I was in Walmart. I was at the store when I spotted this gorgeous baby blue skort with a matching jacket, and I was immediately obsessed. I was like, oh my god, I got to have that. Really nice. It's Reebok. And then they didn't have my size at the store, so I went on their website, and of course I saw it, and I saw this color as well. Of course I'll show you the baby blue one, but yeah, this one it's called the GRape shorts, but it's actually a skirt with built-in shorts. Yeah, so it's Reebok, and you know, Reebok makes lots of like sporty, so you can see like this shorts built into the skirt. I absolutely love this color. Given. Okay, there was a bag I bought from Walmart not too long ago that has that color. I think it would be absolutely perfect. Okay, anyway, let's open the box and see what that's given. Okay, so in the box was the matching jacket for the skirt that I just showed you. Slim, Fino Slim, I don't know, I guess it's like a slim fit, is why it says that. But yeah, oh, I didn't show you the price. So for this jacket, how much was it? $40 for the jacket, and for the skirt, I'm not sure if there's a price on it. Yeah, for the skirt it was 26 something, so like $27. And then this is the matching jacket. I did pick this one up in an extra large, and because it's Reebok, I feel pretty confident that the quality will be great. I love, like, don't you just love the color? Like, get into the texture, very soft. I love, this is really nice. Okay, and then so the culprit that started the whole problem, the gorgeous baby blue one. Ugh, I love. Okay, let's get her out. So this is she. Oh god, absolutely stunning. The same style as the first one, so it's like a skirt, but on the inside it has this built-in short sneaker, so your bum is well protected. And on the back of it, it has this design. Yeah, I just thought this blue, I'm a sucker for baby blue. I love baby blue so much. Yeah, same price, and the quality, it feels pretty thick and nice. I love that it has pockets. Really cute. And then the last item is this jacket, the matching, because set life is life. Okay, set life is life. I feel like sets really do make you look very fashionable without doing too much, like effortless chic. So if you buy the top, buy the matching bottoms, honey. This is your sign. But yeah, this is so cute. And of course, once again, this is the extra large. I'm so pleased. Like, no complaints. Walmart, you did your big one. Okay, you did it. You did your damn thing. I can't even talk. But yeah, what did you guys think about the story about the 62 million men? Ladies, at this point, always keep your safety in mind. Keep the safety of your children in mind. Don't trust blindly like an idiot. You see what's going on. Your man is, you know, probably great, but keep your eyes open. I'm not saying it's every man in the world, but 62 million men. 62 million. Ha! And guys, you need to do better. Better. There are two men though that I recently found that I've been calling at the bullshit. I'm gonna put their stuff up. There's OG Milan, and I recently found another creator, Shannon. I don't want to say his name wrong. Controversial Shannon. Yeah, I'm gonna put his, but I saw some of his content and like, yes, while we are calling out the bullshit, we have to give props to men that see the problem, that recognize the problem, and that are actively trying to protect women. These are men that deserve our full respect and protection. You know, protect them from the crazies, because apparently it's 62 million of the crazies. It's a lot. It's a lot. So anyway, shout out to these two men that are standing up for women. Yeah, shout out to them and support them, follow them on their platforms as well. Like, yeah, I will leave their stuff linked in the description. But yeah, that's all I got to say. You know what to do before you leave. Like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you like the video, hype the video so that the video does better in the algorithm. Make sure you leave a comment so that we can have a conversation, honey. Don't leave me out here talking to myself. Let's have a conversation. Subscribe if you like this type of content, so that you can get recommended more videos from YouTube. So subscribe if you would like to see more. I like to have you, so okay, it's free. Just hit it and we could be friends. But anyway, that's all I got for you. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate you guys so much, more than you know. So much. Yeah, that's all I got. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.
Want to make it about the numbers? Let's make it about the numbers. It's not 62 million men in the US. It's actually way more than that. Sorry, no, I'm not talking about the number of men in the US going to a website to watch videos of women getting sexually assaulted. I'm talking about the number of men in the US committing sexual assault. And since you're all suddenly obsessed with the numbers, boy, do I have some numbers for you. But hey, I am so happy that when I said fact check, but make sure not to lose sight of what the real problem is here, the real issue, the real story, so many of you came back with saying, well, the number is important. 62 million men, that would be horrific. 62 million men, 1/3 of American men, that would be an epidemic. I am so glad you feel that way, because this study shows that 32%, or just under 1/3 of college-aged men who were asked, admit they would rape a woman if they thought they could get away with it. But Brenna, you say, that's aspirational. Surely the vast majority of these men don't actually achieve those dreams, and I'm here to tell you not to worry, because it appears that the vast majority of them do. In this study, again, self-reported, 24.5% of men acknowledged committing an act since the age of 14 that met standard legal definitions of attempted or completed rape. But wait, there's more. An additional 39% had committed another type of sexual assault involving forced sexual content or verbal coercion, bringing the grand total, of course, to 63.5%. Now again, pedantic, so I did the math. Based on the most recent population stats, the number of adult men in the United States is 132,809,050. 24.5% of which would mean 32,538,217, and another 51,795,529 who committed sexual assault, bringing the grand total to 84,333,746. Sure seems like an epidemic to me. Now, you know what's really interesting about this? Because these are self-reported numbers, these are underreported. Yeah. This study specifically tried to mitigate the underreporting by having the questionnaire answered on a computer so that the subjects wouldn't have to be facing a researcher or another human while they answered. And in fact, that's why the majority of this research that looks at self-reports of perpetrators actually largely focuses on comparative analysis, because the idea is that the underreporting will likely be pretty uniform across the different factors. So for example, here's one study comparing the numbers between convicted offenders and what they called community men. Similarly, they found that among the community men, 59% reported they had committed at least one act of sexual assault, with 47% reporting perpetrating more than one and 28% reporting perpetrating 5 or more. And in fact, we know for a fact that it's underreported in these studies because we have studies on that too. There's one recent one where they set up a bogus pipeline condition. This is where they make some of the subjects believe that their honesty is being measured. But if they believe that the honesty of their responses is being monitored, they had 6.5 times greater odds of endorsing the use of illegal sexual assault strategies on a widely used measure. 6.5 times more likely if they thought you were going to catch them in the lie. And by the way, in this study, that means 37.9% admitted to using sexual assault tactics, including intoxication, incapacitation, threat, and force strategies. 37.9%. That's more than a third in case you're still counting. In this other study, you know, the first one I actually mentioned where 1/3 of college-age men said that they would rape a woman if they could get away with it, that was actually measuring if the men would respond differently depending on how it was worded. In reality, only 14% said that they would rape a woman if they thought they could get away with it, but 32% said that they would force a woman to have intercourse. So, you know, by definition, rape. And last but not least, we need to talk about the most recent study and the most anonymous to date. Because here's the thing, the numbers are not going down. The more successfully researchers figure out ways to encourage participants to actually be honest, whether it's through making them more anonymous or whatever, the more confirmation we get of how historically underreported this is. To the point where a study came out this month that showed that 95.1% of men surveyed had used at least one strategy listed to force a woman to have sex that they knew did not want to. And while yes, the range of coercion begins at telling her everything that she wants to hear, you know, lying, it only gets darker from there. 25% saying that on numerous occasions they got her away from everyone somewhere private and under their control. 22% saying that on numerous occasions they gradually pushed verbally or physically until they got what they wanted. An additional 9.8% saying that they did it once or twice. 25% on numerous occasions kept touching and kissing her. Another 25% did it once or twice. Multiple versions of either getting her intoxicated or keeping her that way, taking advantage of the fact that she was sleepy, using something like GHB, using a variety of threats, anger, guilt, focusing on a woman that they figured was unlikely to tell anyone if he kept going. Over 6% on numerous occasions used physical restraint, 3.3 once or twice. And I cannot help but think of how many of you are in my comments right now saying 99% of men would never. Buddy, 95.1% of you do. So yeah, as I said from the beginning, they are technically correct. It is not 62 million men. No, they're not correct about the 1,000 number that they are deeply ironically spreading, because that is just as misleading as the 62 million men number. That is just the number of men in one of many Telegram channels, not the website. But then again, this was never actually about the facts for you people. But I digress. It is not 1/3 of men in America. It's actually closer to 2. 84 million men in the United States alone who have committed assault or rape. And once again, that is almost definitely underreported. So there you go. You wanted to focus on the numbers. Now you got the numbers. What are you going to do about it now? What is the conversation you're going to have now? What are you going to say now? Because I've been hearing all week that if it were that bad, you would be talking about it. I'll wait.
Only been a few hours, but it feel like days. Only been days, but it feel like months. Gone for a year, only been like once. Life move fast when you know what you want. At this time, doing what I want. Hope you doing what you want. What you want. My new bitch look like Halle Berry, but she don't love me, she too scary. My old bitch fun like